Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, we are going to explore one of the most important and powerful concept in Apache Spark. So that is the lazy evaluation. Don't worry, we'll keep it simple and easy to understand with a real life example and the technical details. Okay, in this video, we'll take some of the real life example with the technical examples, data related, and we'll try to explain very simple and easy to understand way. So what is the lazy evaluation and how it will work? So in this video, we are going to cover what is the lazy evaluation, why Spark use it, how it work behind the scenes in Spark Databricks, and we'll take some of the real-time example to bring it together. Okay, so all this like we'll bring together and we'll take some example and we will make it very easy. So let's start with basic. What is the lazy evaluation? Okay, in Spark, lazy evaluation mean that nothing happen immediately when you apply a transformation to your data. So understand here, you will write the code in the notebook, Databricks notebook. So example like you will write the group by, you will write some of the select, we will write some of the uh, filter or the like where condition, if you are writing a SQL. So all these like whatever you have written, all these like nothing can happen in that place, means like the you are doing the with the data. So you have the bunch of data, so what you want from that data, like suppose take one example, you have the sale data, or like you have the some store data, online store data, or like online website data, and in that so you wanted to take some defective or like cancel order data. Don't take the defective, okay, let's take here the cancel order data, and in that how many customer is cancelled, we need the count. So in the future like we'll understand more about this example. And so here what we are doing, we are doing the order, how many customer we have, we are filtering that cancel order, all this like. So till that time nothing is happening here, just it is collecting that, it is recording that what have to do. Okay, but when it will work, so when we'll call the action, that time will work. So that's the lazy evaluation means. Lazy evaluation is nothing is happen immediately when you apply the transformation. Transformation means like the group by or the select or the filter, whatever you apply for the data, nothing will happen. Means code will not execute it. Here the code will not execute it step by step. You write the group by, you write the filter, the code will not execute that task. So it will just keep observing and it's keep making the plan, the blueprint of that. So it is like it is not executing the Spark wait, it really needs to process the data. So when the data have to be processed, that time only the it will get processed, means the action that we call the action. Like suppose we have the data cancel order with the number of customer, now we want to show that, show me the customer count. So when we are calling the action as the count or the number of count, and we are telling to show that, that's the action. And when we'll call the action, that all the code whatever we return, it will get executed. That's the way the Spark lazy evaluation will work. Think in this way, like we'll take some real-time example here. Imagine you have a student, or like you are the student, or like suppose the normally the student, how it will work in the class room and how the teacher will work. So we'll take here example. Suppose the teacher told to the student, we you have to complete the homework. Okay, and the homework they given the some couple of tasks, so these are the things you have to be complete. But you know that you have to be complete the homework, but you are not actually, or the student is not actually working on the homework. So when the teachers will call, like we need the homework now, or we have to be submit the homework or the assignment now, so that time, so what we'll do, will action, means that time we'll start immediately working on that. That's the way Spark lazy evaluation will work. So they know that what I have to do, and that for that they will make the some plan, blueprint kind of the things, flow chart. So they will make the diagram, and they'll keep remember that, okay, we these are the tasks we have to do. But when we'll do, when the action means when they have to do that, that time only the action will call and it will do. So all that like this, the select, group by, or like some of the filter, so these are the things we have to do. So who will remember that? That's the DAG, directive cyclic graph, or like the directed cyclic graph. So the construction, so how it will work, we'll understand that in the next upcoming video hours. So we'll just understand that DAC will do the whatever the transformation viewed. The transformation means like the filter and the select. Whatever we have viewed that, so we'll create the diagram. It will create the flow chart. Sorry, it will create the flow chart or the diagram or like the blueprint kind of the things, but it will not get executed until the action is called. So it will just get the blueprint is ready, but when action is called, it will work. So it will be like the DAC will behind that, it will take care. Okay, so let's understand here. There are the two main important concept we are like called out here. One is the transformation and one is action. So the multiple times we are calling the transformation, the all the transformation know that what we have to do, but when we call the action, that time only the code will get executed. So we understand, right? But we'll understand detail on that, what is the transformation and action. The transformation, these are the instruction like the means the instruction we have a lot of data, we are filtering that data, we are grouping that data. Okay, but we are not executing that. So that's the transformation. So what the transformation we are doing here, so in the data we have the bunch of data, some part of the data from there we are taking, but we are just filtering that data, or like required kind of the data we are taking, that's the transformation. But when we call that transformation as a action, means we have the group by uh, customer with the cancel order. So when we'll tell to the code show me that customer count or the collect that, that's the action, and it will get triggered. So transformation is the select, filter, group by, map and all. The action is the count and collect or the sum, or like whatever that, like the we are like aggregating that record. So that's the action and we are telling to show that. So we have written like the very simple Python code here. The filtered order, like the just now a couple of minutes back we have taken the one online store example. Like suppose we have the customer order, so all the data we are getting stored in the order table. So in that order, so we are filtering that the cancelled order, so we need the how many cancelled order. And after that, based on that cancel order, we are grouping the cancel order based on the customer ID. So we need the customer ID with cancel order. And after that, what we are telling to the code, show that, or like the count first order, count that how many customer cancelled, and after that we are telling to show that results. So till that the steps like filter and the group by, we know that what we have to do here, but they are just remembering and the making that the plan, the blueprint kind of the things. When we are telling that the count this order and the show me, that time that is the action. The action will get triggered and we will like getting the data. So and here like the code, like every time the order filter or the order cancel or the group by customer, code it will not execute line by line. When we call the action, that time the entire code will be get executed. And the Spark engine know that sometime if the unnecessary steps it is there, it will be ignored here, and it required steps it will be take care, and it is optimized the way code will be run. So this is the way like it will work. Okay, that's the transformation and action we'll understand here. So we'll take here like some of the real time example how it will work. Okay, so before that, like if you want to understand the more detail on this transformation, like the transformation again, I like to explain transformation like the map, filter and the select. These are the homework assignment, means like the previously we have taken one of the student example. So filter, map and the select, these are the homework assignment. They just described what should be done, but nothing actually happen. So we are described what have to be done, but we are not doing that. Action or operation like collect, count and the show. When we are telling that collect and the show, that these are when the teachers say write, submit your homework, means that is the action which is getting called and it will work that way. And the DAG, like the directed cyclic graph, it will work. The behind the scenes, behind this, like the Spark created the DAG, directed cyclic graph of this transformation. This is like the roadmap or the task need to be done. So it will create the roadmap, means it will create the blueprint and how the task need to be done. It will get created. DAG is only execute when the action is triggered, means we have the plan. When we'll execute that plan, when the action is called, so that time DAG will get execute the code or the like executed the DAG when the action will called. Okay, So the DAC is only executed, means the plan only get executed when we call the action in the trigger. Okay. Spark look at the DAC and figure out the most efficient way to run all the tasks. Means I said like, so it will not execute all the tasks, but sometime it may some task or the some steps it will get skipped if it is unnecessary. Okay. So this is the way it will work. Like take some real time example here. Let's take, imagine you are running an online store. So just now I have taken, but detail I will like try to explain here. In the online store you have large data set, the large data set. Okay. So in that, like the customer order in the Spark, so we have the one of the data set called the customer order in the Spark. Now you want to do the following things, like, so what we want to do with that data, first thing, find out the order where we cancelled, or like the find out the order that were cancelled, means what are the order it is cancelled. Okay. After that what you have to do, group the remaining order by customer ID, group the order with customer ID. Now last steps, count, show me the order each customer made. Okay. So what we are doing here, we are like filtering out the cancelled order, and apart from the cancelled order, whatever the customer or the whatever the order we have, that group by and show me apart from the cancel order, so how many orders we have here. So that's like we are trying to show you here. Like first, like we are loading the data like normal simple from the order table. So we have the order CSV, we are loading the data in the order data frame. Okay. After that what we are doing, filter out the cancelled order, we are filtering out the cancel order. After that it's not equal to, we have written. And after that what we are doing, group by the customer ID. So what we are doing, once the cancel order went out, so we are doing the data where we have the customer ID, based on that we are group buying, and after that we are counting that. Okay, last step it is the counting. But here this in this point, like see, we are doing the group by and we are like filtering out the cancel order. At this point nothing is happening yet. Okay. Spark is just building a DAC, means it is making the blueprint and the plan, collecting the steps you defined, whatever the steps you have defined here, it is just collecting, but it hasn't done anything actual work. It is just collecting, it is not started working on that, means it is not started canceling the cancelled record out and group buying the customer remaining, it is not started yet. It is just remembering that and it's make ready. Okay. So when it will run, when we'll say the order dot count dot show, so when we'll show that, like the show me the results, when we'll tell to the Spark and we'll write the code, that time the Spark actually process the data. It will filter, group by and count in one efficient pass over the data, because it's the lazy evaluation. At the time that all the three steps will get executed when we'll call the action, and it will be get executed and we have the results. So this is the way real time behind the scenes lazy evaluation it will work. Okay. Let's take why lazy evaluation is important. Understand? So it may be like better to know that why the lazy evaluation is important, why we have to be used. Okay. So let's understand that here. Lazy evaluation is important because it's make a Spark high efficient. Here are the few reasons why. Okay. Optimization. Spark can look at all the transformation, means the whatever the transformation we have written, the blueprint, it is placed in the DAC and figure out the best way to execute them. It may combine step or skip unnecessary one. As I said, like it will combine the step and the unnecessary steps. It maybe get skipped. This means your code is run faster, means it is required step only be get executed. And when we'll it's like the optimization code way, the DAC will be planned and it will get executed. Fault tolerance, if something is go wrong during the execution, Spark know how to rebuild just the part of the data that failed by going back to the DAC, which is ensure reliability. So because the DAC have the blueprint, all the plan, if it is something is go back, something is failed, and it will go back and understand that and rebuild that. Okay, it will get executed. Resource management. Instead of executing each transformation one by one, Spark wait until the action is triggered, which helps to minimize the resource like memory and CPU. Okay, because once we call the action, all the code will get executed. This is the way the Spark will work. Okay, so we'll understand some of the technical details here, the lazy evaluation. So how the DAC and the stage and optimization process work inside this. Let's dive a bit deeper into the technical aspect of how this work in the Spark Databricks. Okay, stage and the task breakdown. So how the stage will work and the task will, how it will get breakdown when action is triggered. So when we call the action, Spark, what we will do, it will break the DAC into stages. Whatever the DAC means, in the DAC we have the plan, we have the blueprint, right? So that will break into the stage. Each stage consists of a task and that can be executed in parallel. So DAC, it will break down the stage and each stage have the some task, and that task it is executed is parallel, means like filter, group by, it will work parallelly here. It is not like one by one. So understand, it is like the distributing the parallelly. These are the tasks sent to the different node in the cluster. So that in the cluster, different node, one cluster will work on the group by, one cluster will work on the filter. It is parallelly working, so it is the faster way execution. Okay, this is the way it will work. Shuffling, if one stage depend on the output of other. For example, when you group the data, Spark will perform a shuffle. A shuffle involve moving data between the node. This is the expensive operation. Okay, and the lazy evaluation help reduce the unnecessary shuffling. So lazy evaluation help here the unnecessary shuffling. It will not allow to happen unnecessary shuffle. So lineage, so lineage transformation we'll understand in the next upcoming video, but just it is understand here like this, just the overview here how it will work. Spark keep the track of the lineage of the transformation. This means that if task fail, Spark can rerun the transformation from the last successful point using the DAC. Okay, so that is the lineage. Ensure the integrity and the fault tolerance. This is the way the lineage transformation will work. So we'll summarize the key takeaway from this video. What we learn here, let's summarize. Lazy evaluation means that Spark does not execute the transformation until action triggered. Transformation are like building a blueprint. DAC and action are like giving a command to execute the plan. And the approach allow Spark to optimize the execution, save resource, and ensure fault tolerance. And finally, using the real-time example like filter and the counting orders, we have seen how this play out in the Spark Databricks. Okay, so we'll close this video here. Thank you for watching this video on the lazy evaluation, the Spark Databricks. I hope you now have a better understanding of how it work and why it is so powerful. If you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, and don't forget to leave a comment with a question you have. Thank you.